Hello everyone, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to Oliveboard. This is Aarzoo Maám, and in this particular session we will be moving forward with our second lecture of the series. We'll have a discussion over your descriptive answer writing. We'll look out how we should approach to a question, how you should write a well structured answer, and yeah, if I personally feel that we should basically the session is, I would say, is not a session that deals with okay, we are solving 3 to 4 questions and these questions are your ideal answers. Not at all. Until and unless you don't frame the answers by yourself, these sessions are of no use. So make sure that whatever you are getting from this session, it is you can say a model answer that will help you to write your own answer. You can take out the content from these answers. I'll provide you the content. You can add some content by yours and by your own, then write answer by yourself, because you have to give the exam. Until and unless you are not having that answer writing practice, just thinking ki, okay, we know कि this is the content, we'll frame the answer in the examination hall, then प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी, है ना. सो इसीलिए कभी भी ऐसा नहीं करना है. मेक श्योर दैट यू एवरी डे राइट वन आंसर और टू आंसर. जस्ट मेक इट अ हैबिट. अर्ली मॉर्निंग राइट टू आंसर्स, take 2 questions, write 2 answers, make it a habit of yours. Keep it in your plan, giving 1 hour, and yeah, it will help you a lot. So as far as these sessions are concerned, I have already taken one lecture. I hope that you have seen that lecture. If you haven't, then please go and have a look over it. I discussed 3 questions, and those 3 questions were a blend of your static information plus your current information. Don't ever think that only static information is required or only current information is required. It is a blend of both. It is a proportion. Both the proportions are equal. You need to have you can say your understanding over both the aspects. Frame an answer that basically that is a blend of both, right? For that you need to make sure that your concepts of static plus your updated current knowledge both are relevant. Clear? So with this I'll start the lecture, but as you all know, before starting this lecture, please do share this session with your other friends who are preparing for NABAD grade A, and as well as mark your attendance by liking this session. If audio and video is coming clear, then also give me a thumbs up sign in the chat section. I'll start the lecture within a minute, so that if anybody else want to join, they may join, or you please confirm in the chat section once if audio and video is clear or not. Can anybody here please let me know in the chat section if audio video is coming proper at your end? Make it an interactive, and I always say कि serious first of all, though, you all should be serious aspirants, and second of all, we are in a virtual classroom. Until and unless you will not participate, you will not you can say you will shy in giving the answers, so ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा, है ना. Make sure that you participate as much as you can by giving the best of answers, by giving your opinions. It will help both way. It will be a two-way communication, right? So if anybody here watching the session can give me a thumbs up sign in the chat section by me letting me know that audio and video both are clear, and then yes, we'll start the session. Please do share the sessions with your friends. I expect that you have marked your attendance also by liking the session. Chalo. Now we'll have a look over the very first question. I hope that you can see the question in front of you. Are you able to see the first question? What do you think? How you will approach this question? Give me a rough framework, I would say. a rough framework, a sketch, how you will approach to this question, what all will you write, what you have in your mind. Let me read the question for you. Define weather and explain the climate effect, how the climate affects the crop growth and maturity. This is the very first question. Ki you define the weather. Just a second. Define weather and explain how climate affect the crop growth and maturity. Anybody who can let me know in the chat section ki how you will approach this question. Please do participate in the sessions. How you will approach in the question, what will be your introduction, what will be your body, or how you will conclude. These are the three important, you can say, sections na in your answer. So think for a while. If you want, then if you are interested in writing, then please do write ki what will you write. It is just, as I said, ki it is exchange of ideas. I'll give you the content also. You can write, add on to your add into your content and frame a very good answer. Then anybody here who wants to tell in the chat section? Chalo then, let me tell you. In the previous lecture, when I was discussing with you the concepts of ARD, every Tuesday we have that lecture. In that particular lecture, we sort of understood ki what is weather, what is climate. If you have seen that lecture, the first part of the question is very clear. Define weather. What is weather? Give a line, introduction mein. They are saying, or you can give the scope of it. In agrometeorology, maybe in some part of it I had told you. The second question says, explain how the climate affect the crop growth and maturity. So basically they are saying that this climate change, how this climate is affecting the productivity. How this climate is affecting the productivity. So you need to come up with certain answers. कि climate में the temperature जो change होगा, the rainfall pattern change होगा, seasons में change होगा. So you need to talk about it. If you are talking about change in temperature, so temperature में जो change है, it might be you can say the low temperature, or it might be high temperatures also. So both the effects can be seen. Right? So coming to the body section, you need to have an interlinking line that will connect to your body, saying ki okay, how I'll let you know the connecting line ki from introduction to body, you are coming to with a connecting line, you are jumping to the body section and addressing this part ki how the climate is affecting the crop growth. In the end, you can create a blend, as I said, with your current information, give certain government initiatives if you wish to, and then give a very nice conclusion, right? You can give certain by your what steps we can take in this direction. You can also add that particular aspect into this question, right? So here, let's have a look now. If I talk about the first part of the question, if it talks about define weather, so you have ki what is weather? The state of the atmosphere with respect to wind, temperature, cloudiness, humidity, pressure at a given time. I'll not talk about it in detail ki what the weather is all about, because already I have covered it in the ARD concept. This is a static knowledge. I hope that you all have knowledge. Now here we are ki how you will use that knowledge in your answer writing, right? So in general sense, I hope whether you know about ki what is the state of your atmosphere at a particular given time and for a shorter period, for a shorter span. There is a difference between climate and weather. You can check it out in that particular session. You can see the lecture. Moving to the next part of the question now. How climate affect the crop growth and maturity. So how the climate will affect the crop growth? We all know climate में we talk about wind, temperature, cloudiness, season, clouds, rainfall. So definitely we know कि this rainfall, this temperature, they have an effect on crop growth. Your climate, your agriculture is dependent on your climate. If it is अगर मानसून नहीं होता है तो एग्रीकल्चर में कितना बड़ा लॉस हो जाता है फार्मर्स को, प्रॉपर अगर मानसून नहीं हो, रेनफॉल कम हो, राइट। तो ये सब बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है। More than 50% of the variation of crop is determined की by the climate. Climate बहुत ज़्यादा influence करता है growth में, development में, आपकी crop की yield में। And what climate basically वो जो factors हैं climatic factors वो क्या हैं? Solar radiation, temperature, rainfall, इन सब में ही changes होते हैं, right? So when you are connecting now कि कैसे climate affect करता है to the crop growth, you can connect this by writing 2 to 3 lines कि climate is the most important dominating factor. Definitely बहुत ही ज़्यादा important dominating factor है that influences the suitability of a crop of a particular region. The potential, जो एक crop का potential है, the yield potential जो है वो climate पे ही depend करता है, climatic factors पे depend करता है। बट बात अब ये है कि आपको पहले बताना पड़ेगा कि इस क्लाइमेट का अगर आइडल कंडीशंस होती हैं, टेम्परेचर आइडल रहता है तो क्या इफेक्ट पड़ता है ग्रोथ पे, क्रॉप की ग्रोथ पे। ऑप्टिमम है टेम्परेचर डेफिनेटली फॉर द ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट। इफ द टेम्परेचर इज ऑप्टिमम इट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर मैक्सिमम ड्राई मैटर एक्यूमुलेशन। सो बेसिकली ऑप्टिमम टेम्परेचर इज रिक्वायर्ड एट डिफरेंट प्लेसेस और वो ग्रोथ और डेवलपमेंट में बहुत काम करेगा, ग्रोथ ऑफ शूट में। लेकिन this keyword adds here, however, due to the increased anthropogenic activities, अब अभी क्या है, due to this industrialization, urbanization, deforestation, now the case is that we are leading to the emission of greenhouse gases, है ना, due to which the rate of climate change is much faster. जिस rate से climate change हो रहा था उसमें आपने add on कर दिया due to this anthropogenic activities. चेंज इन टेम्परेचर जो है वो टेम्परेचर में चेंज होने का मतलब यू ऑलवेज थिंक कि टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा हो गया है। इट कैन बी बेसिकली चेंज इन टेम्परेचर कैन कॉज लोअर टेम्परेचर इंजरी टू द क्रॉप और हायर टेम्परेचर इंजरी टू द क्रॉप, बोथ वेज इट कैन अकर, राइट। तो जो लोअर टेम्परेचर है इट अफेक्ट सेवरल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द ग्रोथ, मतलब सर्वाइवल पे अगर टेम्परेचर बहुत ज़्यादा कम हो जाएगा, सेल डिवीजन, फोटोसिंथेसिस में, वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट में, ग्रोथ में, यील्ड में, इसका भी एक डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट है। अगर मैं बात करूं हायर टेम्परेचर इंजरी की, तो हायर टेम्परेचर ऑल्सो अफेक्ट्स द मिनरल न्यूट्रिशन, शूट ग्रोथ, पोलन डेवलपमेंट रिजल्टिंग इन लो यील्ड। जो टेम्परेचर है, एक प्लांट जितना टेम्परेचर सह सकता है, राइट, अगर आप उससे ज़्यादा चले जाओ तो it might be the case that plant gets killed. It is known as that critical temperature is called thermal death point. Temperature 50 डिग्री सेल्सियस से अबव हो जाता है तो इट मे किल मैनी एनुअल क्रॉप्स। अभी आई होप दैट यू हैव सीन इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल, मई, जून टेम्परेचर इन द नॉर्दर्न इंडिया वाज 45 डिग्री सेल्सियस, हीट वेव्स थी बहुत ज़्यादा, राइट। सो यहाँ पर बात जो है वो टेंशन की होती है। द लिमिट वेरीज विद द प्लांट, शेड लविंग प्लांट्स आर किल्ड एट लोअर टेम्परेचर। तो जिस तरीके के प्लांट्स होंगे उस तरीके का बेसिकली यू कैन सी कि प्लांट्स जो हैं, सम प्लांट्स का कुछ कंडीशंस रिक्वायर्ड है, कुछ प्लांट्स को कुछ कंडीशंस रिक्वायर्ड है। तो हायर टेम्परेचर और लोअर टेम्परेचर दोनों ही बेसिकली देयर शुड बी अ प्रॉपर लिमिट, लेकिन क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से थिंग्स आर गेटिंग बिल्कुल रिवर्स ऑफ इट, राइट। हाई टेम्परेचर स्ट्रेस कॉज रिडक्शन इन द एब्जॉर्प्शन एंड सब्सिक्वेंट एसिमिलेशन ऑफ न्यूट्रिएंट्स। एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ कैल्शियम जो है वो रिड्यूस हो जाता है एट द टेम्परेचर ऑफ 28 डिग्री सेल्सियस इन मेज। राइस की बात करो तो न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक जो है इट इज अफेक्टेड बाय बोथ सॉइल एंड एयर टेम्परेचर इन राइस। नाइट्रेट बेसिकली एक्टिविटी जो है वो डिक्रीज हो जाती है अंडर हायर टेम्परेचर। तो हाई टेम्परेचर के बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट्स भी हैं। व्हाट ऑल आर दी इम्पैक्ट्स आपने लिख दिया, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ इन जनरल सेंस अगर आप बात करो देयर आर क्लाइमेट इम्पैक्ट्स ऑन द एग्रीकल्चर। एक्सट्रीम हीट अगर होगा, क्रॉप को बेसिकली दे नीड सुटेबल सॉइल, वाटर, सनलाइट, हीट। लेकिन जब एक्सट्रीम हीट होती है, हीट वेव्स और इससे भी ज़्यादा चीज़ें हो जाती हैं, तो प्रेसिपिटेशन में रिडक्शन होना, पानी की अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं होना, इट हैम्पर्स द क्रॉप प्रोडक्टिविटी, राइट। यू कैन राइट डाउन कि चेंजिंग रेनफॉल पैटर्न्स जो है क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से दे आर इम्पैक्टिंग योर क्रॉप, ठीक है, दे एंड दीज चेंजेस आर एक्सपेक्टेड कि दे विल इंटेंसिफाई इन द कमिंग ईयर्स, मोर मोर इंटेंस पीरियड्स ऑफ हैवी रेन एंड लॉन्गर ड्राई पीरियड, जहाँ पर ड्राई पीरियड जो है, जहाँ पर ड्रॉट जैसी कंडीशंस आ चुकी हैं, बहुत ही कम रेनफॉल जहाँ होती थी या जहाँ एक्सपेक्टेड थोड़ी रेनफॉल हो, वहाँ पे इतने सालों से रेनफॉल ही नहीं हुई है ड्यू टू क्लाइमेट चेंज, तो देयर यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट कि द शिफ्ट अक्रॉस द कंट्री विल डायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट योर एग्रीकल्चर, राइट, और ड्रॉट जैसी कंडीशंस होंगी तो इट विल डायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट योर फूड में यू विल सी कि माल न्यूट्रिशन जैसी सिचुएशंस, हंगर जो है वो बढ़ेगा, राइट, सो दीज आर दी इनडायरेक्ट, आप बोलो कैसे कैसे आप चीज़ें लिंक्ड हैं आपस में। फ्लड्स में डेफिनेटली यू विल सी दे डिवास्टेट द क्रॉप्स, मतलब फ्लड्स हैव डिवास्टेटेड द क्रॉप्स, लाइफ स्टॉक, सॉइल इरोजन, वाटर पोल्यूशन, सब। क्लाइमेट चेंज का एक डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट है ऑन द क्रॉप इवेपोट्रांसपिरेशन, सो देयर आर डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स जो आप लिख सकते हो, impact of climate change on your crop productivity. उसके बाद you can come up with certain government initiatives की subsidies for micro irrigation government यदि drought prone area programs, desert development programs like national watershed development project for the rain fed areas we are working upon, प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना is there, प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना is there, national mission for sustainable agriculture under the national action plan on climate change is there. You can come up with your own suggestions as well, right? You can mention it making a subheading way forward, और अपने कुछ आंसर्स लिखो एंड देन कम विद अ नाइस कंक्लूजन सेइंग कि जो एफर्ट्स हैं टू कॉम्बैट द क्लाइमेट चेंज वो आपको फोकस होना चाहिए मिटिगेशन पे, एडॉप्टेशन पे, फार्मर्स को न्यू टूल किट्स यू प्रोवाइड सो एज टू यू स्ट्रेंथन देम, जैसे आई टॉक्ड अबाउट, यहाँ पर आप एग्जांपल दे सकते हो जब उड़ीसा जो है विद द अदर बॉडीज जो है दे कोलैबोरेटेड कि आप वहाँ के फार्मर्स को दे आर प्रोन टू देयर द साइक्लोन्स, उनकी क्रॉप्स, तो कैसे आप उन्हें हेल्प कर सकते हैं, राइट। सो यहाँ पर बात आती है हाउ यू कैन इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्शन बाय एनहांसिंग द नॉलेज एंड बाय प्रोवाइडिंग बेस्ट ऑफ स्किलिंग टू द फार्मर सो दैट दे अडॉप्ट टू दिस कमिंग चेंजिंग पैटर्न्स एंड उन चेंजिंग पैटर्न्स के साथ दे चेंज देयर ऑल्सो द वे, राइट। So this is the case here. I think कि आपको एक general understanding हो गई है how to approach this question. If things are clear, please let me know in the chat section so that I can move forward with the next question. Anybody here who can please let me know if things are clear so that I can move ahead with the next question? Can I expect anyone's answer in the chat section, or I'm not asking even a question yet. Participate करें please. And as far as the government initiative जो concerned है ना, अगर आप if you are enrolled into the paid course तो current affairs के topic में पूरे module में बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिसका आप जो content use कर सकते हैं so as to write your best answers there. But it's very simple. See what's all about. अभी भी have you heard what I said? Please do watch this session from the starting. I'll simply give you the answer for this कि एक बार मैंने अभी पूरा अच्छे से explain किया है. I'll do that for you once again. But if you अभी अगर आपने recently if you joined just recently, then please once again go through it. It's just the question that talks about define weather and explain how the climate affects the crop growth. For that, in the introduction part, you tell us about what the weather is, then give a connecting line coming to the body what is the connecting line how climate change is you can say impacting your crop, how basically you can say कि climate और agriculture में क्या dependency है, just give a connecting line, आप थोड़ा सा वहाँ पर लिखें. उसके बाद you come up कि एक ऑप्टिमम टेम्परेचर होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, लेकिन हाउएवर ड्यू टू दिस एंथ्रोपोजेनिक एक्टिविटीज दीज कीवर्ड शुड बी मेंशन्ड इन योर आंसर्स. आपने क्लाइमेट चेंज जो है, द रेट ऑफ क्लाइमेट चेंज इज फास्टर, द चेंज इन टेम्परेचर The change in temperature can be lower temperature injury or the higher temperature injury to the crop. Lower temperature में कैसे it will affect the crop, higher temperature में it will कैसे affect the crop. Both ways you can write. And there also coming to the next part, you can write out कि some other climate impact क्या है on the agriculture. You can give as many number of points as you can. Later on you can from the content current section take out certain initiatives जो government कर रही हैं in this regard. You can write it that. बहुत सारे initiatives लिखें. You can give with your way forward your suggestions. You can also include it and then give a conclusion जहाँ पर you can end your question. Right? I hope now I have एक मैंने आपको briefing वापस से दे दी है. मैंने पूरा explain किया है. आप वीडियो को थोड़ा rewind करें और वापस से सुनेंगे तो things will be clear. Right? Moving to the next question. Explain the structure of atmosphere along with the variation of temperature. So this question is very simple, very straightforward, very easy if you are thorough with the concepts, right? ये directly static question है. I would say the previous question was static plus current, जहाँ पर you can add some current का content also, but this question is completely static. And if you, as I told you कि अगर आपने atmosphere के बारे में पढ़ा हो, if you are into the course, just see the word limit of the question. I am giving अभी यहाँ पर क्या है ना, in this particular session मैं आपको word limit के हिसाब से नहीं करवा रही हूँ. The case is why I am not doing that, क्योंकि पहले आपके पास एक नॉलेज अच्छे से होनी चाहिए. ऑलरेडी अगर आप वर्ड लिमिट में रह जाओगे कि ये वर्ड लिमिट में मेरे को लिखना है तो यू विल मिस आउट कुछ पॉइंट्स. आपको वर्ड लिमिट में भी लिखना आना चाहिए, बट फॉर दैट इनिशियली आई एम गिविंग यू द कंटेंट. इस कंटेंट में नाउ हाउ यू विल ब्रीफ, आप उसको कैसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स इसमें से और ज़्यादा इसको क्रिस्प करते हैं, दैट इज़ अप टू यू. लेकिन पहले आपके पास एक नॉलेज के लिए एक कंटेंट होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. दैट टू कि एक यू कैन से कि अगर मैं सिर्फ आपको वर्ड लिमिट्स में दूंगी तो वहाँ पर जो है आपकी नॉलेज भी कंसाइज हो जाएगी. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? आपको लिखना है वर्ड लिमिट में, लेकिन वो वर्ड लिमिट में आपको जितनी आपके पास पूरी नॉलेज है उसको वर्ड लिमिट में कंसाइज करना है. तो इसीलिए पहले नॉलेज होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. सो हेयर आई एम गिविंग यू ऑल द कंटेंट. आप इसको अपने वर्ड लिमिट्स में एज पर द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन लिखें. गो चेक आउट प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस. वो क्वेश्चन 15 मार्कर है, 10 मार्कर है, तो बेस्ड ऑन दैट आप अपनी वर्ड लिमिट एज एक्सपेक्टेड बाय द एग्जामिनर उसको लिख सकते हैं. राइट? एज इनिशियली मैंने सेशन में बोला था, दीज आर नॉट दी आइडल आंसर्स, दीज आर जस्ट मॉडल आंसर्स. यहाँ से कंटेंट भी ले सकते हैं, एक आइडिया लगेगा. राइट द आंसर बाय योर ओन. Moving to the next question now, explain the structure of atmosphere along with the variation of temperature. As far as this question is concerned, as I said, if you are enrolled in the paid course, I completely discussed regarding the atmosphere, the structure, the layers, everything, right? So as far as this question is concerned, mere static, very easy. I hope that you all know. Do you all know the layers in the atmosphere? Do you all know the layers in the atmosphere? Anybody here can let me know. Vikas, Vicky, Pradeep, anybody here can let me know. Do you know the structure of the atmosphere, the layers, or what you will write in this question? How you will approach this question? Any idea? It's raining outside heavily, so I think थोड़ा disturbance हो सकती है in the lecture. Okay, so now let us approach to this question. Please understand one thing, as these are descriptive answer writing sessions, I'll not completely tell you every layer in detail. वो knowledge आपके पास जो है, जो basically जो understanding है, वो static जो lectures है उनसे आती है. जो आप जो ARD concepts that we are taking the lectures on, तो that are the lectures solely based on so as to make you understand the static concepts. For that you can also refer, you can enroll into Nabard Grade A 2022 course. As far as this question is concerned, if you are aware of the static knowledge, you might know कि जो atmosphere में if I talk about the vertical, please understand यहाँ पे ना second part of the question is talking about variation in temperature. इसको you need to take it in parallel. Exactly. Troposphere, mesosphere, stratosphere. Please do write these things in a chronological way. ऐसा नहीं है कि ट्रोपोस्फियर के बाद इट इज मेसोस्फियर. Understand this thing. This is very very important. First comes troposphere, then comes stratosphere, then comes mesosphere, then thermosphere, and then exosphere, right? Then, and when you are approaching this question, you need to write it in this pattern only. Make sure कि जब आप लिख रहे हैं, the question is talking to you about variation of temperature. Every layer में there is a variation in the temperature. Just look at it. In the troposphere, when we go up, the temperature decreases. See, this is the temperature. As we go there, the temperature decreases with the increasing altitude. So as we increase here the altitude, the temperature goes decreasing in the troposphere. The next second layer is stratosphere. Please do, as I said, everybody here who are writing the answer, you are absolutely correct with the layers, but make sure that you write it in this pattern only. After troposphere, there is stratosphere. They are talking about variation of temperature. When you enter into stratosphere, with the increase in altitude, the temperature rises. Right? There is an increase in temperature. Then comes stratopause. After stratosphere, there is mesosphere. In mesosphere again, with the increase in altitude, the temperature decreases. Right? Then comes thermosphere. In thermosphere, with increase in altitude, the temperature once again increases, right? And then comes the exosphere finally. So this is important. When you are writing the answer, make sure you mark this in the bold section. Why it happens, you need to have, as I told you, please do refer to the ARD concepts, and please do enroll into your paid course. But this is how you will approach the question. You can also basically, so as far as the starting of this question is concerned, on the basis of temperature variation in the atmosphere, there are different layers. Just give one line and write about troposphere, right? So troposphere is the lowermost layer. The height is 13 kilometer, and the troposphere is greatest at the equator, because what is the reason, you can tell, क्योंकि see, if this is the equator, these are the poles. So here na, the troposphere जो है, it is greater at the equator. Right, the thickness is greater in the equator of the troposphere. There are different reasons for that, but the question is expecting to कि आपको बताना है the variation of temperature. So please do mark these lines in the bold कि जो temperature है in this layer, it decreases at the rate of 1 degree Celsius for every 165 centimeter of height. This is very very important, right? And when you enter into the stratosphere, there is a zone that separates your troposphere from the stratosphere, that is known as tropopause. In troposphere, you have all kind of you can say activities like cloud formation, thunderstorm, cyclone, anticyclone, all these things, aerosols, water vapors, they are in troposphere. That is why this layer is called as seat of weather phenomena. So I hope this particular diagram makes things clear for you. You just need to remember what is the change in temperature with every layer. If I talk about stratosphere, so you need to remember that stratosphere mein the temperature of the layer increases with the height. The case is because in stratosphere there is ozone, ozone is there in this region. And you can say here the radiations are absorbed, and that is why the case is. If you want to understand every layer, I let you know in the coming Tuesday we'll talk about atmosphere. Do you all want an explanation for the static part of atmosphere, what atmosphere is, what it is comprised of? In the coming Tuesday ka lecture of ARD, I'll take that part in detail, right? Do you all want that? Moving to the mesosphere, then again you write the temperature starts decreasing with the increase in altitude. I'll give you best of understanding why these things happen in the Tuesday's lecture, where I discuss the ARD concepts. Right? If I talk about thermosphere, then write down what happens in thermosphere, and temperature rises very rapidly with the increasing height. That is what is the demand of the question is. Right? In exosphere, please do write it ki what happens in exosphere. It is the uppermost layer, and finally you can say the density of the atom is very less, and you enter this basically into the space now from here after exosphere. This is the last layer, right? So as I said ki in this particular session you need to write every layer in detail. This is the only expected this is only what is expected by the examiner, but if you want to have a complete understanding of every layer, I'll tell you that in the ARD concepts lecture, right? Chalo, moving to the next question. This is completely current oriented. Read the question, please. Take a minute, read the question by yourself. Non-farm businesses of farmers can lead to boost in their income. In the light of the given statement, critically analyze the efficacy of other non-farm businesses activities. Right? So question is telling you that there is a statement कि the farmers की जो basically जो other activities हैं, non-farm activities, they can boost their income. Right? In the light of this statement, you need to analyze the efficacy of the other known farm business activities. What other known farm business activities are, their efficacy, how it can lead to increase the income of the farmers, what all you can do, what the government has done in this regard, the funds that are allocated to the other activities, the share of the income, right, in case of wage, or in case of, you can say, for crop production, the farmer ki income, what is the current scenario, right? What is the current scenario? So this all you need to write. This is completely current based question. I have discussed you can say the content for you can say the in current affairs we have discussed बहुत कुछ इसके बारे में in the course itself, जहाँ पर there were different activities, different kind of activities. मतलब ऐसा रहता है कि we are taking it from the month of January, तो January के month में I have completed January current affairs, we are on to the February month. So वहाँ पर in the month of January itself we got so much of content कि in the beekeeping sector what all the activities are being done in the marine sector, in the fisheries sector, or what government is doing, वहाँ से क्या basically you can analyze and how you can add into this question, right? I'm giving you a gist of certain things so that you can have an understanding of how you can approach this question. Have a look. They are talking about just to critically analyze the statement and the efficacy of other non-farm business activities. For that, first of all, write down data. You need to have this particular question mein you need to have data in your hand. As 2022 was a target year for doubling the farmers' income, there was 22.6% increase in the net income from crop production, right? The growth in the net receipt from the other sources surged by 92.6%. ये survey का है. Are you getting my point? Economic survey suggested that we should focus on the non-farm businesses. So what is the indication here? The indication is the other activities like animal husbandry, dairy, fishery sector, beekeeping industry, they can expect a substantial increase. The allocation of funds in this sector in the budget financial year 22-23, there is increase in the funds. It may help in maintaining the agriculture growth around 4%. The agriculture and the other allied sector have proved resilient to the COVID-19 shock, as we have seen the growth at 3.9% in the 2021 against 3.6%. So यहाँ पर you are telling them the net income from the crop production, what all are the other focus that you can do. आपने कुछ sectors के नाम भी बताए. आप यहाँ पर you are telling them कि in the budget they are मतलब we are increasing the allocation of funds. How you this particular different sectors can maintain the growth of the agriculture growth. Write down the income from the crop production. आपको पहले बताना पड़ेगा कि farmers की जो income है from the crop production वो कितनी है. Total income of the farmers, मतलब the share of income from crop production in the total income of the farmers, it has declined to 37% from 48%. On the other hand, जो कि अगर मैं बात करूँ in the total income जो share है of the wage or the salary, it has gone up to 40% from 32%. right? If one was earning 100 rupees, 32 from the wage and rest 68 from the farm activities, so this number has an increase, and this percentage has increased up to 40%. So abhi we need to diversify our sources of income. This is what the government policy bhi hai, government policy for diversification. आप क्या what all other zones you can enter into for your diversification, कुछ मैंने आपको कुछ पॉइंट्स बताए हैं वहाँ पर जिस पे आप लिख सकते हैं. बाकी बहुत सारी और फैक्टर्स भी हैं डाइवर्सिफिकेशन ऑफ द सोर्सेज दैट यू कैन गेट फ्रॉम द करंट सोर्सेज, राइट. अकॉर्डिंग टू द सर्वे इटसेल्फ यू कैन राइट कि मंथली इनकम जो होती है ऑफ एन एग्रीकल्चर हाउस होल्ड, इट हैज़ गोन अप टू 10,000, राइट, फ्रॉम 6,426 बाय 59% अप. आप यहाँ पर लिख सकते हैं कि अगर मैं बात करूँ कि मैं बात कर रही थी फिशरीज़ की, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री की, डेयरी सेक्टर की, तो यहाँ पर भी जो फंड एलोकेशन है वो बड़ा है. इट हैज़ बीन इंक्रीज बाय 23%, राइट. अब आपको एक ज़रूरत है साइंटिफिक ब्रेक थ्रू की, जैसे एज इट वॉज सीन इन केस ऑफ शुगर केन. आप यहाँ पर बता सकते हैं कि वी नीड टू इम्प्रूव द प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ द स्मॉल एंड मार्जिनल फार्मर्स बाय गिविंग देम द कस्टमाइज्ड टेक्नोलॉजी. यू कैन टेल देम अबाउट द बी कीपिंग इंडस्ट्री. बी कीपिंग इंडस्ट्री के अंदर आपने सेक्टर में व्हाट ऑल रेवोल्यूशन यू वांट टू bring into, यहाँ पर कैसे it is also one such source of income, right? How government is increasing the allocation of funds in this sector also. You can talk about the marine sector कि दिस सेक्टर में भी बहुत ज़्यादा पोटेंशियल है. वी हैव सीन कि यहाँ के एक्सपोर्ट्स जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा बड़े हैं, एक्सपोर्ट्स बड़े हैं और यहाँ पर पोटेंशियल भी बहुत है. यहाँ पर भी वी कैन डाइवर्सिफाई द सोर्स ऑफ इनकम. ये जितने भी केसेस हैं, you can have a in detail understanding, content, current oriented knowledge through that particular course also, right? ये आप mention कर सकते हैं in your answers. And as I'm talking about this course, so this is NABARD grade A 2022 course. I am taking the classes for ARD, current affairs, and other teachers are also, best of faculties are there who are giving you the sessions on ESI, descriptive answer writing practice पे भी हैं. More than 15 plus classes are there for ESI, ARD, current affairs में 25 plus classes हैं. Descriptive English will be also there. So you can join these session, you can enroll into the course and you can cover your basics plus your current knowledge, your current affairs. And this current content, it will be comprehensive course है जहाँ पर objective, subjective, all kind of information, knowledge सब कुछ दिया जाएगा जहाँ पर, जिससे कि you can write best of answers and you can solve the questions as well, right? So with this, I'll sum up this session here. I hope you enjoyed learning, and if you, then please like this session and share this session with your other friends also. So I, Aarzoo Maám, wish everyone here a very, very best of luck. Good wishes everyone. Take care. Happy learning. Thank you.